Dear children, today we'll start second chapter of Geography of class 8. The second chapter is Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife Resources. In the previous chapter we studied about resources and the classification of resource. By reading these names, you can easily identify that all these resources, land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources, are the natural resources because we get them from nature. So let's start the study in detail. First of all, we'll discuss about a story of Tanzania, a small village situated in Tanzania. Tanzania is in Africa, right? In Africa, Eastern Africa, on the sea coastal of Indian Ocean. So you can locate Tanzania on the map of world. Look carefully the location of Tanzania. Now start the discussion of this story in Tanzania about she is Mamba, the name of this girl, and she lives in a village in Tanzania in Africa. She lives in a village in Tanzania, as we have discussed. She gets up very early in the morning to fetch water. She has to walk a long way and returns after a few hours. So you can easily understand that how difficulty the people face in Tanzania to carry water. After that, she helps her mother in the house and joins her brothers in taking care of their goats, because rearing goats is the major profession of the people. All her family owns is a piece of rocky land around their small hut. Mama's father can barely grow some maize and beans on it after toiling hard. This is not enough to feed their family for the whole year. So, after studying about Mama and her family, we can conclude that the life of people in Tanzania, of the poor people, is not easy. Now we'll talk about a place situated in New Zealand. First of all, you have to locate New Zealand in the map of world. Here you can identify this is the location of New Zealand in the continent of Australia. This is Peter. Peter lives in the heart of the sheep rearing region in New Zealand, where his family runs a wool processing factory. Every day when he returns from school, Peter watches his uncle taking care of their sheep. Their sheepyard is situated on a wide grassy plain with hills in the far distance. You can see in the picture. It is managed in a scientific way using the latest technology. Peter's family also grows vegetables through organic farming. So in this way we have seen that Mamba and Peter stay in two different parts of the world, like Tanzania and New Zealand, right? And lead very different lives. While Mamba is living very suffering life, but Peter is slight in good condition. And this difference is because of the differences in the quality of land and soil. Land quality and soil quality. Somewhere land is very good, soil is very fertile, there many crops and vegetables can be grown. Like in New Zealand, water, natural vegetation, animals and uses of technology are another factors. The availability of such resources is the main reason places differ from each other. So land is among the most important natural resources. We'll study about land. It covers only about 30% of total area of the earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are not habitable, right? Because you know that approximately 71% of the earth is covered by water, and approximately 29% of the total area covered by land. The uneven distribution of population means everywhere on this part of land, everywhere the people are not living in equal proportion. Why? Because of uneven distribution of population. So the uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. Somewhere land is found in the different forms, somewhere in different forms. Climate also differs from area to area, land to land. The rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas susceptible to water, and logging, desert areas, thick forested areas are normally sparsely populated or uninhabited. Plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. Hence, these are the densely populated areas of the world. You can see, like if we take example of India, Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Ladakh, etc. are the mountainous areas, and there the population is found in scarce. Like less densely population is there, less number of people live in the mountainous area. But if we take example of valley region or plains, river valley region like Ganga, Brahmaputra valley region, the population is very high and densely populated areas are found because of suitability of land and fertility of soil, etc. So agriculture is very possible in these kinds of areas. So I hope that you are understanding. Now we will study about land use. How can we use land? Means in what ways, in what methods we use the land, for what purposes we use land, that is known as land use. For example, see figure 2.1, Salzburg in Austria. This is the name of a city, a place, Salzburg in Austria. Notice how many ways the land has been used in above picture. For example, we can see here the land is used for forested area, right? The land is used for habitation. The people live here, and some factories might be there, right? And it is used for water, irrigation in the fields. So agriculture is there. So different uses are there of land. Come to the next. Land use. Land is used for different purposes such as agriculture. We use land means here the question can be found that what are the uses of land? What are the uses of land? So what are the uses of land? Agriculture. We use land for agriculture. We can grow different kinds of crops. Forestry. Mining. We can means extract the minerals from the earth, that is known as mining. Building. Houses, right? We can make houses, or residential area is expanded now these days. Roads are laying down, railway tracks are laying down, setting up of industries, different kinds of industries are expanded here. So this is commonly termed as land use. So can you list out the different ways in which Mambas and Peters family use their land? We already have discussed that Mambas family means used the land in different kinds of activities, and Peters family was using their land in different ways. The use of land is determined by physical factors. So how can we use the land? It depends on some factors. So first physical factors we talk about, such as topography. How the topography is there? Is it mountainous area? Is it plain area? Is it densely forested area? What kind of soil is there? Fertile soil, less fertility of the soil. Climate, is it favorable climate? Is it very cold? Is it very hot? Right? Or it is moderate. Minerals, what kind of minerals are found and in how much proportion minerals are found? Like where iron ore is found, where somewhere gold, silver, petroleum, coal, etc. So these are the examples of minerals. Availability of water, how much water is available? In the previous class you might studied about Indus Valley civilization, that the people used to live in the big cities near rivers. So due to availability of water, so where the water is available, definitely the population will be high. So human factors, so these were the physical factors. So what are the physical factors? These are the physical factors. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5. Human factors such as population and technology, right? So how much population is there and what kind of technology used are also important determinants of land use patterns. So here the question is, what are the determinants of land use patterns, or what are the factors of determination of the land use of land? Now, land can also be classified on the basis of ownership. So who owns the land, right? Who is the owner of land? On this basis, we can divide private and community land. Private land, that is owned by individuals, private like your house, your field, right? This is private land. Community land means this is owned by community for common uses like collection of fodder, fruits, nuts, medicinal herbs. So these community lands are also called common property resources. Next one, people and their demands are ever growing, but the availability of land is limited. For example, population is continuously increasing, right? So the demand also are increasing. So in this way, availability of land is limited because land is not expanded. The quality of land also differs from place to place. Somewhere quality is very good of land, somewhere less. People started encroaching the common lands to build up commercial areas, housing complexes in the urban areas you can see means around you, and to expand the agricultural land in the rural areas. Today, the vast changes in the land use pattern also reflect the cultural changes in our society. Land degradation. What is land degradation? When the quality of land is decreasing, that is known as land degradation. Landslides, soil erosion means when the soil is displaced by water, that is known as soil erosion, and it causes the less fertility or losing fertility of soil. And desertification are the major threats of to the environment because of the expansion of agriculture and construction activities. So in this way you can see in these four pictures how the land was used earlier. Simply small cottages, houses, simply the people used to rear animals and used to do the agriculture with the simple tools, right? Hand labor was used. After that, in the next picture, slight changes were there with the use of technology, electricity, clear, and two storage pakka houses like this. And in the third picture, more technological development are observed here. Three storage houses, right? Some kinds of small industries can be seen here. Modern roads, street lights, etc. In the fourth picture, you can definitely identify the use of modern technology and multi-storage buildings, industries, right? Vehicles, modern parks, street lights, etc. So in this way, the use of land continuously changed from time to time. So this is about land degradation and the change in the use of land, changing pattern. Now, conservation of land resources. Land is very important resource because without land we cannot imagine the life. So but now, due to the exploitation of land or the quality of land is completely continuously decreasing, so this causes land degradation. So we have to save land resource, right? Because land is very important resource. So growing population, one region, and ever growing demands has led to large scale destruction of forest cover and arable land, and has created a fear of losing this natural resource. So therefore the present rate of degradation of land must be checked, because these are the causes of land degradation and we have to remove these kinds of causes. So how can we conserve this resource? Conserve this resource. Afforestation, we have to grow plants more and more. Land reclamation, regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, and checks on overgrazing are some of the common methods used to conserve land resources. We have to check these kinds of things: overgrazing, over irrigation, use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers, right? Used for most of the farmers use these kinds of things to grow more and more crops and to increase the production on the land. But due to these kinds of things, due to use of these things, causes the land degradation. So we have to save land resource and we have to adopt these kinds of methods to protect these resources. So dear students, today this was about land, its use and its conservation. So in the next video we will study about soil. Thank you. Have a nice day.